Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for September 2023. All of a sudden I'm like, I better check my volume. Okay, it's up. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Capricorn, or you're here checking up on their energy, whether it be someone you know, whether it's a platonic relationship or a romantic relationship, whatever brought you welcome. And give a shout out to my granddaughter Faith, who's much too young to be watching this anyway, but I know many of you share her birthday, which is December 26th. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into your reading, guys. We're going to use 3 different decks. The decks that really called out to me today, well, first of all, Mother Mary, I always use. I just love her words of wisdom. But I'm going to use the Crystal Vision to clarify or go deeper. And for your main spread, I'm going to use the Light Seers. The Light Seers Tarot. But let's start with Mother Mary. And let's get our words of wisdom. I always read the card from the book at the end of the reading. It's just where it's most profound. But it'll definitely let us know why it's here, whatever the message may be, through the tarot portion. So let's go ahead and begin. Capricorn. Remember, time is fluid. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes you may see a reading that is years old, but it's like, holy cow, everything just fits. Your guides will, you know, they'll guide you to whatever messages you need to hear. So, you know, this is for September, but again, time is fluid. Okay, beautiful, watched over. I love that for you. It's just a reminder that your guides are very active in your life. You know, if you're connected to Leo at all, go back and watch the beginning of Leo's reading, because I had something quite amazing happen as it relates to like spiritual messages. I mean physical, along with other things. So it's right in the beginning of Leo's reading. If you want to watch it, you don't have to watch the whole reading unless you choose to, but it was pretty amazing. And the reason why I say that is because I want you to know, you know, how active your guides, your loved ones who have crossed over. And by the way, you don't even have to know. Your guides may be ancestors that you've never met. They're already assigned to you. So, and they're there for your help. You know, they're there to help guide you. So, use them. Watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, just as it's meant to be. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in the Light Seers. Everything's pre-shuffled, but I like to give it a couple shuffles with you here. So let's give it one more. And we are going to shuffle for your cards. But let's give them a cut first. Okay. Let's begin. You know, if you're here checking up on somebody else's energy, I want you to understand that your guides know that. And there's a good chance there's going to be messages for you. Okay. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. Can be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't have to be. Well, hello, 10 of Cups, or 10 of Pentacles. Nice. We have, how interesting, we not only have the King of Cups, but now we have the Queen of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, it doesn't have to be, really what it's showing is like-minded energy. And boy, do I like the Ten of Pentacles in between these two. You know, they both feel very connected to above. This Queen, if you notice, like she is, it feels like in meditation, she's connecting to her guides and receiving. As is this King. His eyes are closed. He's like in a meditative state. Interesting, we get the Six of Pentacles to open up the reading. So let's talk about the Six of Pentacles for a second. I know we have another card here, but let's talk about that for a second. Let me bring the lid down a little bit. So the Six of Pentacles is, first of all, it's a very compassionate type energy. It's an energy where I really want to help the underdog, so to speak. You know, someone who needs a hand up. It is the fine art of give and take, you know, I shouldn't say give and take, of receiving and giving and receiving. I just have to be careful who I'm giving to, you know what I mean? I want to make sure it's going to be a hand up. But I mean, the King and Queen of Cups connecting like this with the Ten of Pentacles in between, I have a feeling that this could talk about energy of collaboration, where two people could truly create this Ten of Pentacles. This could even be talking about working out of the home. Again, the Ten of Pentacles is about abundance. It's an abundant household. It's, you know, it's, to me, it's about something that can truly take root, can be generational, especially with watched over here. I have a feeling one of your guides is helping you to increase your finances. Some of you, I feel like, you know, it almost feels again like these two people are working together. They don't have to be, but right now that's kind of what it feels like. Or maybe, you know, maybe they're each doing their own thing, but they're like both doing similar type things. All right, let's see what else we have. Eight of Swords. Okay. Eight of Swords is a self-created prison. It's where I'm trying to protect myself, except I feel here I'm trying to protect my money. I wonder why. Let's keep going. We have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords came, you know, I wasn't going to read reversals, but when I say that, like I tell myself, okay, I'm not going to read reversals, but if they come face up in reverse, then I take them as a reversal. You know, to each their own. I know not all tarot readers read like that, but that's what I do. So the Knight of Swords, interesting, because he's in reverse. You know, and then the Eight of Swords right next to this Knight. Knight of Swords normally means some type of communication coming in, you know, coming your way, some type of truth coming your way. I often feel like the Knight is sent by a king or a queen, and a knight is going to complete their mission one way or another. And it's interesting because I feel like this knight wants to complete their mission, but they can't, because of this Eight of Swords, because of this self-created prison. And it feels like, you know, a wall. And it's like, I can't get through that wall. Why? Well, because it's self-created. And that means the only person who can uncreate it is you, if this is you. Again, it feels like it has something potentially to do with your finances. But let's keep going. Well, hello, Ace of Swords. It seems like it finds you anyway. Ace of Swords under the Ten of Pentacles. I like that. Ooh. We have the Tower. Alright, so now we know why the Eight of Swords is created, why that self-created prison is there. Because of a tower. Potentially it's a previous tower. I definitely feel like it's a previous tower, because it is a previous tower. And I'm saying that because with the Eight of Swords here, this self-created prison, it's already been built, right? I just need to free myself from it. It's like a prison that was built on, with I don't know, like tunnels, and there's like a million different ways to like free yourself from that prison, but it is because of previous towers. This can talk also about like some type of communication comes in that in the beginning maybe I don't believe it, maybe I don't know if you're being honest with me. Are you being truthful? Let's keep going. I'm really curious to come back and look at the King and Queen, because they are sharing that Ten of Pentacles. Well, let's just say, they may not be sharing it yet, but I feel like ultimately they could be. So let's see. Let's see what comes under that Eight of Swords. Wow. Look at this. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about material harvest. It is a very independent type energy. It's successful self-employment. And interesting, because I do feel like this King and Queen potentially are collaborating. Maybe both, because of their own experiences, are now in some way helping those who need a hand. But am I afraid? Do I trust that I have the ability to do that? I feel like yes, but you do have to trust yourself, right? Nine of the material harvest that comes from the Nine of Pentacles, it's not magic. It's due to your work. It's due to your focus. But it does speak about like benefiting from that work. Some of you creating your own business. And if that's the case, it's successful, or it has the opportunity to be successful. I just got to rip that blindfold off that's in the Eight of Swords. But we do see the 9, and we do see the 10. We have the King of Wands. King of Wands can be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The King of Action. This is a king who moves according to his desires, his passions. And it's interesting because the Knight of Swords is coming in between these two kings. With the King of, or the Knight of Swords in reverse. It's almost like that knight is blocking one of these kings. I also feel, just a quick message, I feel like this can also be talking about two people who've been thinking about collaborating, but maybe haven't yet. Again, why? Well, there's something to do with this Tower and the Eight of Swords. It's like your guides are giving you the opposite of what you're thinking. Like if I'm thinking, I want to create this business for myself, but I don't think it'll be successful. And your guides are like, but it will be. It will be. If you focus on it, it will be. You have the experience. And I don't mean like, let's say I'm starting a business, like maybe I don't know how, maybe I'm not an accountant or, a researcher or what have you, but I feel like this is the energy of learning as you go. Like whatever it is that you need to learn, you'll learn, and sometimes practice makes best. All right. We have the Ten of Swords. Interesting. I'm saying interesting because we have two kings here, and now we have two tens here. Ten of Swords. That is the energy of dagger after dagger in your back. I'm sorry, this is the Ten of Wands. So, Ten of Wands is about, it's interesting because I feel like here she is, she's leaving one mountaintop, right? Like, there's nothing left on that mountain. right? I've used all the resources I could possibly use. I need to start looking for my next mountain. You know, like I'm ready and willing to start the climb of the next mountain. Ten of Wands speaks about a period of time where there was a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, to the point where I often think the person in this energy is secretly wishing for a tower, like almost like secretly, like, make me leave that mountain. Maybe I was becoming too comfortable on that mountain and there's more mountains to climb. Ace of Swords above this. You know, I feel like that's your guides helping to guide you to the next mountaintop. Again, this person secretly wishing for the tower. Well, here is the tower. We have the Two of Wands. So this is a new journey. This is something new that's opening up, a new avenue. I feel like this is talking more right now about your pentacles, how you make a living, your creative house, all of that. I feel like, honestly, what it's saying is you need to trust your own abilities, and also as you're creating or building these pentacles, understand that you don't need to know everything there is to know right off the bat. Again, I feel like this is like trial and error. You'll learn as you go, and I really feel like you got to trust that. You know, like, I don't want to base, like, I want to take notice of the towers in my life and what they meant and why they showed up. But this tower is actually opening up a new path for you. And a path of wands, to me, first and foremost, means action, but it's also something that you're passionate about, and it's mirroring the Nine of Pentacles. So listen, I may just be starting out, but it's already showing us the, you know, the potential. And I say potential because there's free will, right? If I don't put any focus here, well, then chances are I won't make it to the Ten of Pentacles. You know, maybe I'll be fine just hitting the 6, but I don't think so. Some of you, this is something you're doing out of your home. And again, I get this feeling like you're just not trusting yourself. Let's see what else we have. The Queen of Swords and the Wheel. So you might not be trusting your own voice. Alright, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Fool. Beautiful. Fool's a new beginning. You know, the Fool is about taking a leap of faith on yourself. Really has nothing to do with anything other than taking a leap of faith towards this new chapter, this new path that's opening up. Again, it feels like a path of abundance, but I have to begin. And I feel like once I begin, the rest will follow. Let's see what's under the Fool. Just take a glance. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Interesting. I don't know if this Fool's leaving the 10 of Cups and moving. It's almost like I'm moving out of my emotional type energy, and I'm moving more into thinking about my life as a standpoint of, you know, being able to take care of myself, having enough, you know, creating abundance, creating riches, and that can mean a multitude of things, you know what I mean? Like, to me, abundance just means I got a secure roof over my head, like I can pay my bills, and I have a little bit of money in my pocket. You know, to others, it's like I want a mansion. So whatever it may be for you, but I feel like what it's saying is if you're willing to put that focus, you'll create whatever that abundance means to you. So, I think I want to get right into the crystal vision because there's a couple of things I really want to look at. First of all, I want to look at this Knight of Swords in reverse, and I want to see why it's being blocked. Now, I feel like it's being blocked, but I still feel like your guides get through. This could be, where someone shut off communication, but then someone else opens it back up. Or I shouldn't say opens it back up, opens up maybe a new line of communication. I feel like this is definitely a time to be truthful and honest with yourself. This is a period of time where you want to live from your unique self. You know what I mean? Because this new path is opening up and because the Fool is asking you to take a leap of faith, even though there's some fear, this fear can be overcome, no doubt. And this Eight of Swords, again, a self-created prison due to previous towers. Almost like, I don't want to hear about it. But your guides are like, but yes, you do. Trust us. Okay, let's bring in the crystal vision and let's go right over this. Give it a couple shuffles. Feels a little bit like this queen may have, I don't know, cut communication from the king. But listen, it may be because there's a new king coming in the door. And even though I feel like these two are very connected, I still feel like there's something where, because it feels like this queen, she's got the tower below her, and it probably has affected her for a while. She does have a key around her neck, so she's got the key to unlock the next door. And that's exactly what she does in the Two of Wands. She unlocks the next door. With this king, it's like the communication is being shut down, but then boom, here's this King of Wands. Maybe this King of Wands is helping to end some of the heaviness that the queen has gone through. Okay, we'll take them. They're face up. Alright, let's start at the beginning. But when I say at the beginning, we're still reading it all as a whole. I mean, it's telling a story. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? Look at that. The Six of Swords over the Six of Pentacles. I feel like someone, maybe this queen, because the queen is mirroring the Six of Pentacles, but the king is right beside the King of Pentacles. But I feel like someone, it's like someone just didn't or doesn't appreciate someone else's, how do I want to say this, loving nature. Six of Swords, we need to look a card back, and that would be the Five of Swords, because this is about leaving. This is about ending a certain chapter. And that chapter would be the Five of Swords, which talks about energy that's been toxic to me. Energy that people who've been toxic. People who, say they're on my side, but they're not. Like that type of energy. So Six of Swords is almost like I feel like this queen has had enough. Especially with the Ten of Wands here. It's like, I feel like I've had enough. Like, I've been generous. I've been open. I've been giving. But maybe she's not receiving back in equal terms. So I'm out of here. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups over the Ten of Pentacles. Well, I kind of like that. First of all, I have to say, if this is about anyone breaking up, I feel like, I don't know why I keep going to the Queen, but I feel like it's because the Queen is the one who seems to have suffered the Tower. And that Tower may have held her back for a while, but she has that key to unlock her next door. And it's interesting because I feel like this King of Wands can even be a guide who is helping you to unlock the next door. And so you do. And this is about inner harmony. I love the Nine of, first of all, you have the Nine of Cups and you have the Nine of Pentacles. Inner harmony, but also building success for myself. Inner joy. You know, this is where I'm allowing myself to start to love my life again. This is where I'm saying to myself, you know what, I'm going to take chances, just like the Fool's asking. I'm going to take a chance. I don't know how it's going to, it may not turn out exactly how I plan, but if I trust in my guides and I trust in the flow, I feel like it's may even turn out better than expected. I feel like if you're working from home, what great energy. And I get that a lot for you. I get that a lot for a lot of signs, but I know a lot of you have spiritual based businesses. So it's just validation that, not only can you create success, but you can really have like this joy within. Why? Well, maybe because I created it. Like, I'm proud of myself. Okay? This King of Cups having the Page of Wands over him. It's interesting because Page of Wands, a lot of times I call my Fool. But I have to say, in the Page of Wands energy, I feel like this page is one who has, because I feel like I take action before I think about it. At least as a page I did. Maybe someone needed to grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess I am putting them down, but I don't mean that in that way. I feel like, because the Page of Wands is someone who takes chances. Doesn't always work out. This is someone who moves according to their desires, but it doesn't always mean it's good for them. And it's part of what they're learning. It's part of the lessons. Six of Wands, victory. Coming over this Queen. Not just victory, but I often feel in the Six of Wands, you're on a platform here. And this is a platform where other people are looking up to you because of the actions that you've taken. Because you were bold enough to take a chance on yourself. Because you realized, yes, I don't know everything I need to know, but I trust that I will learn as I go. I'm going to trust in my guides. So other people looking up to you. It's interesting because we have two sixes marrying each other. Interesting too, because there's that lion. Some of you may have like this Leo in spirit who is helping to guide you. Reminding you of how powerful you really are. Three of Pentacles. Well, Three of Pentacles, it is about your creativity. Three of Pentacles speaks about you being the missing piece of the puzzle. This is the energy where, allowing yourself to get lost in your creativity. You're unique to the world. Your uniqueness is what everybody's searching for. But you need to trust that. This is the energy, I feel like, where other people are admiring what it is I do, even though I don't recognize that, right? I'm busy. I have my head down. But it's coming over the Eight of Swords, so you're not trusting, maybe you're not trusting that you are unique. And again, 1,000 people may do what you do, but nobody does it like you. And that you got to trust in. So I feel like part of this is about you finding your own truth, living within your own truth. And again, if I'm giving and giving and giving, but I'm not receiving, I don't know. Am I in the wrong place? Am I with the wrong people? I feel like in the Three of Pentacles, this is about soulmate energy, and I'm not talking about love. I'm just talking about soulmates who, in a way, I feel like it's part of your life's path. This doesn't have to be like what I do for a living. This can even be like a sidekick type of energy. But there's something here where you need to trust your own abilities, because others do. Let's keep going. Alright. I don't know why my cards don't want to come apart. The Hangman. Interesting. It's like some type of communication on hold. The Hangman is seeking wisdom on my next steps, like guide me, show me. And I feel like ultimately, if I'm asking for help, I'm going to receive it. But I do feel like I'm asking like my guides for help, but for this spiritual plane, or for this earthly plane. But there does seem to be some type of hold on communication. Six of Pentacles right over there, Ace of Swords now. I feel like this Queen is saying, here I am over here giving and giving and giving, but I'm not receiving. Right? Because again, Six of Swords means something has been toxic. Listen, it can be your own thoughts with the Eight of Swords below it also. It can be a multitude of things. It can be your own thoughts, and it's probably based because of these towers. Or a tower. But I feel like someone has had enough of something. So they're moving on from that. And it's interesting because I feel like now what I'm doing is I'm giving to the people who appreciate what it is I can bring to the table. This is a great energy of helping the underdog. And coming over the Ace of Swords, it's like the importance of your voice. And I feel like some of you're speaking about your own hard life lessons. But listen, when you speak it, I feel like others who are going through similar situations, they're going to find you, and in some way you're going to help inspire them. We have the Nine of Swords over the Tower. Interesting, because with the Nine of Swords is about, first of all, it's unnecessary worry, but it is worry. This can turn into sleepless nights. This can turn into solitude, depression. I feel like in the Nine of Swords, if I don't realize that this worry, which again is unnecessary, but it is there, if I don't free myself from it, if I don't understand it, take that moment. It's a 9. It wants you to reflect upon it, but not in judgment. Reflect upon it just in, what can I learn from this? Why do I create these barriers? Why am I not trusting in myself? Why am I giving to the wrong people when the right people are out there just waiting for me? I don't think this 9 is going to stick around just because the Two of Wands is underneath that. So I think someone's had the guts to really look at their life. Well, hello, Knight of Pentacles. It's interesting because I felt this King here. I feel them as a guide. Doesn't have to be a guide, but I feel them as a guide. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles, which I often feel is like a guardian angel energy. This talks about the right time. It's coming over the Nine of Pentacles, so it's what you're creating in the world, or what you have the ability to create in the world if you so choose. And I'm saying, for some of you, you may have not even begun yet because it's being mirrored by the Two of Wands. So, you know, this is the energy of action. Action in what? My Pentacles, my creative house, building success for myself. And listen, I feel like when you build it for yourself, then you have this inner harmony. It's almost like, you know, if, let's say I'm trying to do something with another, but for whatever reason, you know, the hangman seems to put a block on it. Okay, well then, you know what, then I'm going to move to the next. And I feel like when you do that, the right people will fall in place for you. And yes, it does take some trust, but your guardian angel is here. And I feel like this talks about the way. Like, this is about the right time, first and foremost. Like, this night doesn't come in until the timing is right. What is this night waiting for? No doubt the 8 and 9 of Swords to be cleared. Right? 8 of Swords, again, self-created prison, but then the Fool's here. So, you know, 8 is also about a new beginning. So I've got to allow myself to have this new beginning. I've got to put the past behind me. And maybe I've got to realize, like, those who are working against me, they got to go. Right? Because there's people who, like, seem to be ready and willing to work with you. Knight of Pentacles is going to make sure the right people reach you. Knight of Pentacles is going to make sure that if you really want to build success, that's what you will build. I feel like Knight of Pentacles gives you the way, shows you the way. But the Knight won't come in until the timing is right. And I feel like it's all about this Two of Wands. It's all about saying, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to have a new direction, a new path. And on that path, I want to build a life of abundance. I want to have inner harmony. I want to be around soulmate type energy. I want to get rid of what's been toxic. Who's been toxic? And some of that is your own thought system. But that thought system is built from that tower. Knight of Pentacles says, when you're ready, I'm ready. When you become, or you work from your unique self, that's when I come in. All right, let's keep going. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. I'm saying wow because the Knight of Pentacles coming in at just the right time, coming over the 9 of Pentacles, independent success. Boy, do I feel like there is the potential of collaboration that can really create abundance. Again, I feel like if I am working from home, and I don't have to be working from home, but for those who are, and when I say working, maybe what I really mean is working for oneself. This night is like, sweetie, you put in the focus, and I'm going to make sure that abundance follows. And again, when I say abundance, that can be measured in a million different ways, but what it really means is you're feeling really good in your life. You're able to take care of you and your family. This is energy that can take root, and I mean real root. You know, 9 of Pentacles into the 10 of Pentacles. This could be something that goes on generation after generation. It's almost like this king, I feel like this king is still in like a little bit of immature type of energy. And I feel like this queen is like, okay, I've waited, and I've waited. But I'm not going to wait any longer. And because she makes that statement and that move, her knight, her guardian, is like, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for you to understand that, for those who don't want to work with you, for those who cannot or are unwilling to like mature and put focus towards, let's just say, our creative houses, they don't seem to have room here. Queen of Swords coming over the Ten of Wands. So this Queen of Swords could be causing some problems. Though it can also speak about your voice, no doubt. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords to me is someone who demands the truth. Like, I'll only live within the truth. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it certainly doesn't have to be, because I feel like this is more about living your authentic life. And for those who, like, I don't know, I just feel like, this is going to take your energy, but your guides are 100% behind you. This queen's coming over the Ten of Wands, so she may be an energy where, has caused me some heaviness, let's just say. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Another 9, reflection. When I see a 9, I always think, okay, it's asking me to reflect. It's asking me to give the final reflection, final judgment. In the Nine of Wands, I want to know my own part in something, right? Maybe my part is that this Nine of Swords exists, right? That I worry too much. I worry that I won't be good enough. I won't be successful. I can't be what I think I can be, but that's all an illusion. Nine of Wands talks about how much you have grown and who you've become because of that. I feel the Nine of Wands person is a spirit warrior. Like, I have been through it. And because I've been through it, well, I feel like no one can walk on me. No one can, if I realize the power of it. Because remember, 9, final reflection, and then the 2, we're starting down the next path. I have a lot of people starting down the Two of Wands path, which is, first of all, action, but passionate, desirable. I got to put the work in, but if I'm willing to put the work in, I'm going to benefit, no doubt. I feel like this queen is really the one who has to overcome the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Alright, I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to look at the Hangman. I want to see what's going on there. We have the Lovers. Interesting. This is about a head over heart decision. And listen, maybe someone is having a hard time making that decision because of the Hangman and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Look at this. We have the Five of Wands. It's in reverse. And I said I wasn't going to read reversals unless they came in the upright. But I kind of feel this. But let's talk about this for a second. The Five of Wands in the upright is really battling type energy. This is where nobody wants to back down. And it doesn't serve anyone in that energy not to back down. right? And it may be this king, because this king is carrying that page of wands, and I felt a little bit of immature type of energy with that king, because I feel like the queen is almost like, I don't have a choice but to move on from that energy. Listen, maybe this is somebody special, but that doesn't mean it's going to work out unless everyone's willing to, play the same game. So, this is battling. If I'm looking for an apology or an attaboy or you're right and I'm wrong, I'm not going to find it. But because it's in reverse, maybe someone does have that realization. If anything, I feel like the queen's like, okay, I don't even care anymore if you're right or you're wrong. I'm right or I'm wrong. All I know is it doesn't feel good. Even though it's attached to the lovers, doesn't guarantee that that chemistry is going to, win the day. But maybe there's someone else that will. Okay. Someone may be trying to figure out, are you the one? Are you the one that I can create a household with? Or do you still need to mature? Whatever the case may be, I feel like the queen's not waiting around to find out. It's almost like the queen has put her cards on the table. Now, this king is either going to rise to the level or he's being eliminated, so to speak. Okay, whoa. Well, look at that, the Five of Pentacles. So that kind of is being eliminated. And then the Ten of Swords. Okay. I feel like someone is saying, I have had enough. I have had enough. I feel like, first of all, I'm not going to battle you anymore. Second of all, I'd rather take the hit of maybe going into an independent nature instead of a coupled. And if we're not even a couple, I just feel like, the Five of Pentacles is that energy of feeling like thrown out into the cold. And then the Ten of Swords right next to that. I feel like someone is taking sword after sword after sword after sword after sword. And maybe I'm afraid that more swords will come. And therefore, I cut those ties. I feel like the Five of Pentacles, even though it is the energy, a lot of times it's not happening to us. Or I shouldn't, that's not what I meant. A lot of times it's not what we ask for. It's just what happens. But I also feel in the Five of Pentacles that when this, because it's a 5, so it does speak about change. Maybe I didn't ask for this change. Maybe I wanted things to work out differently, but they just didn't. So now someone's saying, you know what? So it is. So it is. So it is. Alright, I want to come down. Actually, I kind of want to pick this back up now, because I don't want to have too many cards on the table. And I want to just look at... I want to look at the Queen and the King. And let's just bring everything so they're fully shown. I want to look at this King and the Queen, who do have the potential of the Ten of Pentacles. Doesn't mean they're going to have it, right? Because, listen, both people need to want it. But let's see. Let's look at the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, with the Ten of Pentacles in between. And if you are the King of Cups, I don't mean to like harp on you, because it can be male or female. Remember, we're both masculine and feminine, light and dark. Seven of Swords. It did come in reverse, but again, So this is untrustworthy energy. This is like the thief in the night. So there's definitely an issue between these two. You know, there's a trust issue. It's in reverse. So I feel like, again, I feel like the Queen is the one who suffered the Tower. So I feel like it's the Queen who's had enough. So I feel like, you know, especially with the Ace of Swords right there, it's like, if you're not, you know, if you're not truthful with me, if you can't speak the truth, if you can't be the truth, then I have no interest. Maybe I had interest, but it's it's wavering. Let's follow that a little bit. The Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. Verse 8, new beginning. Eight of Pentacles is the, you know, and I felt this energy right from the get-go. It's the willingness to go into something as the apprentice, knowing that, what's the right word I want to use? Well, I feel like knowing that one day I will be the master teacher. This is about putting my focus on my pentacles. You know, and I feel like just be careful, because there could be energy of like someone like stealing your ideas and using them for their own. And if that's the case, I feel like it's going to be illuminated to you, because you have a lot of spiritual energy here. So I feel like your spiritual, and that's how we started. I feel like your spiritual guides are watching out for everyone. So, you know, living your authentic life, living your authentic soul's desires, and not putting like a bunch of human fear type energy in the mix. You know, this has the potential of going to the Ten of Pentacles, but it has to start at the 8. That means I'm willing to put my focus on my pentacles. That's what I want to grow. And the 8 of Pentacles says if you put your focus there, you will grow them. And we already know that, because we have the Knight of Pentacles, or the 9 of Pentacles, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles talks about your uniqueness and appreciating that. Okay, let's take one more. Some of you may have worked at a job where other people didn't treat you right. Again, could have taken your ideas and claimed them for their own. Well, I mean, to me, it's like, if I couldn't work in that type of situation, I'd probably leave. You know, I would take my knowledge and take it elsewhere. Look at that, the 10 of Cups. Wow. It's interesting, this reading, because there's a lot of really beautiful type energy, but then it is matched by some difficult type energy, and that, I guess that is life, right? That is life. But the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, coming over the Queen. And this Queen is in the energy of being victorious in whatever it is she wants to create, creating a platform, something that feels good to her. Again, I may not know everything, but I'm going to learn as I go. Now, the Knight of Swords did come in reverse, even though, again, I said I wasn't going to read reversals unless they came in the upright. So maybe this energy is being cleared. Well, I feel like if I'm leaving energy that was untrustworthy, then yes, it is clearing it. But look at the cards. Interesting, because we go from the 10 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. First of all, I love the 9 of Cups connected to the 10 of Cups, because I feel like there's an energy of, even if I'm starting brand new, of eventually truly loving what it is you do especially if it's like you're creating for yourself or you're collaborating, but it's for, it's not for the big man, it's for you. I feel success, truly, but I have to trust that. I have to be willing to step into it. Okay. Let's come down and look at the Knight of Pentacles, because remember, the Knight of Pentacles comes at the right time. Let's see if we can find out exactly what that means for this night. Like, what exactly is the right time, even though it's got the Eight of Swords right above it. So I kind of feel like it's saying when you break yourself free from this prison, when you no longer absorb this toxic energy, when you realize, like, certain people you cannot change. Listen, or they mature, but until you mature, stay over there. But let's see. Tell me more, tell me more. Don't forget, we had the Lovers. It's like, what a mixture. What a mixture of really like a lot of thoughts, right? A lot of negative type thoughts, a lot of limiting type thoughts. But then it feels like the Six of Swords feels like everything, because when I let go of that toxicity, it just feels like success. Not just success in your pentacles, but also within your heart, within your life, right? The Nine of Cups is inner harmony. Inner harmony. Okay. Well, these kind of all came in reverse, so let's keep in reverse. Ten of Wands. I like that, because it's like you're no longer taking someone's bullshit. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Wands in reverse. And then Justice in reverse, card of Libra. So again, the energy of Libra being attached to the Ten of Wands. Justice talks about cutting of ties, though. And maybe someone was unwilling to cut certain ties, but it didn't serve them, or it's not serving you not to cut these ties. For some reason, it's like it's almost like, if I don't cut certain ties, do I ever get to have the realization of the life I could truly create for myself? Three of Wands is really an optimistic view, but it's in reverse. And it's right next to that Nine of Pentacles, which is success. And I feel like, why? Because of the Ten of Wands. It's almost like I'm tired of everything being on my shoulders. And I don't know if this is for you or about you. I feel like both. For some of you, I feel like it's the realization of, okay, maybe I put someone through a lot of bullshit. And for others, maybe it's happening to you. But we do have to look at both sides of the coin here. But, okay, I'm looking at, why is this night? What I'm looking at is, when is the right time for this night? Cutting ties. To the energy where everything lands on my shoulders. To the energy of learning to believe that I can create success for myself. Honestly, I don't really need anyone else, even though I feel like there is the opportunity for great collaboration here, but doesn't mean I have to have that. And then the Three of Wands. I need to start looking at life with a different lens. I need to understand that these towers, though they feel destructive, many times teach us great lessons. And by the way, I always feel that these lessons are what many of us use to help others. whether knowingly or unknowingly. And what I mean by that is it could be just an innocent conversation that you find yourself in with someone, and somehow your experience comes up and you're able to help them in some way. I mean, I feel like divine always uses us for that. So, not regretting your experiences because they've taught you, and looking at it from that standpoint of view, like, okay, these towers have taught me, right? This self-created prison, I have learned that the only person that's hurting is me. I've got to free myself. I've got to cut ties to the people who are not benefiting my life, but really keeping me held down. I got to start believing in all possibilities. And sometimes these possibilities look completely different than what you expect. Trusting your instinct, your intuition. So that is what the Knight is waiting for. Okay. Well, thank you, Knight. Alright. I think what I want to do is I just want to come across the middle of this spread. I feel like there's a lot of information in here. To me, it feels pretty clear, but this is one of those type of readings, because there does seem to be a lot of information. You may need to watch it more than once. And sometimes in a reading, especially in personal readings, I always tell those who get personal readings, like, keep this reading. Because sometimes things don't make sense until you start to go through it, and then you're like, now I know what that meant. And then you can watch that reading again, and it's like new messages appear, or really your perspective is different, and that's why you're able to see it in a different light. Okay, right down the middle. Any messages that I missed, any clarity that still needs to be had, please bring it out now. Please bring it out now. Something made me look at the bottom of the deck, which was the Ace of Swords. Eight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Look at this. Two of Cups. Holy cow. And then hello. Marriage card. Commitment. This isn't just any old commitment, though. This is an energy. First of all, it's right next to the soulmates. But listen, just because someone's soulmates doesn't guarantee them an easy time. Sometimes there are lessons that we're teaching each other that are very valuable, but at the time feel like hell. But once we get through them, and once we really start to, and I know this because Sam and I, like when we initially got to or started talking on the phone, because I was living in a different state, like it was glorious in the beginning, right? But then we'd get in these fights, and then, we'd hang up on each other, and there's a lot of issues that were based on other people's, right? Our experiences with other people that came into play. So we were able to work through that through the phone, and now we're in physical union. This is the commitment. This is a marriage card. But listen, someone definitely has a little bit of fear of that. Though in the same breath, I feel like there's a lot of passion. Someone feels like they're blocking an opportunity, maybe to have true love. And why are they blocking it? Because they've been hurt before. Does that mean the next person is going to hurt you? Not if you pay attention to your intuition. Because again, I feel like if someone comes towards you and their energy is not legit, and you're paying attention to your intuition, you're going to know it. Right? That's Seven of Swords, which, really came in the reverse. but it is untrustworthy energy. If that energy comes toward you and you're really, again, paying attention to your intuition, you're trusting your guides, you know that they're going to send you signs, you know the alarms will go off, that's what you want to trust. So here are a pair of soulmates who potentially have the ability to have a good life. But that Eight of Swords can block it all. I hate to say that, but it definitely feels that way. I think I just want to take a card over that Eight of Swords. Look at that. It's 2 swords. I have a blindfold on. There's something I don't want to face. Why? Look at that, the Ace of Wands. Even with that blindfold on, I still feel the passion. But this is someone who's afraid to take action. Why? You need to ask yourself that. Or if it's someone else, why are they afraid to take action? You know, because this feels like potentially love. But I don't want to negate all the pentacles and the success that can be created. But I feel like this is talking about both. Ace of Wands with 2 of Wands right down here. Oh, I didn't even see the Empress. I don't know when she came out. But that means she's meant to come out right now. So let's talk about the Empress. Some of you, I feel like it's your mother. It's your mother who has crossed over. It's your mother helping to guide this soulmate energy into your life. It doesn't mean that you accept it. It doesn't mean, you know, first and foremost, I feel like you need to clear your own energy so you can trust these messages coming to you. But let's talk about the Empress, because this is someone who is very creative, perfect for the 9 of Pentacles and then the 10 of Pentacles, perfect for the 9 of Cups, right? This is someone who has gone through these towers, but she's overcome them. You know, if you just look at the card, it's like an apple is about to fall from the tree and hit her in the head. And to me, that's a sign of epiphanies. Epiphanies. After her epiphanies. And then trusting in them. Remember, the Empress is loving and nurturing, but she's nobody's fool. She's powerful and she's strong. Why? Because of these towers. Because I had the guts to look at them, understand them, and then clear them. And that's what's happening in the 6 of Swords. What's ever toxic, I'm on to the next. You don't want to be with me? That's okay. Because I feel like there's someone else that potentially does. The Empress. Powerful energy. Great energy for business. Really. Especially spiritual, well, all businesses, but especially spiritual type businesses. Because again, you know, and I shouldn't just say that, because I feel like, you know, the Empress is someone who could sit down and write a book and it's like the inspiration just flows. This is someone who could open up a business, and even though I may not know it all, I will be successful. This is someone, because she's so close to the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Cups, you know, I feel like only a certain energy will do. You know, like, I've been there, I've done that. You know, maybe I've been with this, you know, someone who's like in somewhat immature energy. Been there, done that. The Empress is, her vibration is high. And really what she's learned is, if you want to be with me, I am not going to lower my vibration to meet yours. You must raise your vibration to meet mine. And it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. I feel like this Knight of Pentacles is saying, I just want you to realize, like, how great you really are. And I'm talking about the Empress. Like, does this Empress deserve a soulmate? Absolutely. Is this Empress someone who would run at the first sign of trouble? No. She's someone who will try to work it out. But again, this is not about accepting lower vibrational energy. She's saying, if you want to be with me, your vibration must match mine. She deserves that Four of Wands. And that is love. And that is everyone wants to be there. I'm not begging anyone to be there. You either want to be there or you don't. And if you don't, I'm okay with that also. Right? Because she's learned that, there's more than one fish in the sea. I don't know. I almost feel like I should just leave it there. I feel like it's this Queen of Cups whose vibration is being lifted to the Empress's status. And that means that this Queen is really learning to believe in herself. She's finding inner harmony within herself. She's understanding that, listen, if someone wants to collaborate with me, great. If not, I can create success all on my own, especially with my guides helping me. And the willingness to walk down this next path. That is action. Two of Wands, it is taking action. But she's in a victorious state. She's in the energy where other people really will look up to her. Or him. This fear over commitment, that's past energy. You know what I mean? I do like that it's gone from the Eight of Swords down to the Two of Swords. So it just means there's still blindfold. Maybe I'm starting to let my walls down, but there's still blindfold. And the Knight is saying, that blindfold's got to go also. Like, good for you for bringing the walls down, but now that blindfold also has to go. And then it's action time with the Ace of Wands. The Fool. Going to take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, and if something just doesn't feel right, then right? Or it doesn't mean like you are, I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I just feel like this reading is covering all areas of your life, but I really feel like it's about, one energy maturing if they so choose, but another energy, if they choose not to, saying, okay, well, I have other avenues I can take. And that's exactly what they do. All right, let's read Watched Over. Oh, look at that. I opened right to it. This card brings a message of reassurance of your safety and asks you to drop any defenses or guards that may currently be preventing you from enjoying your life. Wow, that's everywhere. By relaxing into God's protective arms, you reduce your stress level in healthful ways. God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and the angels have heard and answered your prayers for protection. You receive their answers via your repetitive feelings and thoughts, which guide you along the pathway of safety. Keep your mind sober and open so that you can clearly pick up on these divine messages, and be sure to take action where they direct you. There's your action. Here's your direction. Listen, whether I stay at the Nine of Pentacles, which is success, whether I stay at the Nine of Cups, which is inner harmony, or whether I take it to the Ten of Cups, which is the house of harmony, or the Ten of Pentacles, which is the house of abundance, it's like I can do either or. And I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I feel like I can do either or. Like, I'm going to be happy either way. You want to come for the ride? If you don't, that's okay also. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. What an interesting reading. Interesting. I may do this as a premiere just to hear your comments. But please leave your comments because I want to know how it relates to you. You know, you fill in the missing pieces of the puzzle for me, even though I feel like this is very clear. But you can still fill in those pieces, and I feel like your comments help others. I want to take a second and just thank you for every way you help my channel. Thank you for your donations. It is you who keeps me on YouTube. You know, I keep saying that, but it is the truth. It's you who keeps me on YouTube, not YouTube. You know, if there was a different platform where I felt like I could reach as many people as quickly, then I would move to a different platform. And who knows, I may build a website, and if I do, I'll let you know. But so my gratitude is for you. Thank you. It's not that I'm not grateful to YouTube. I am. They gave me the platform. However, I think they're turning into a little bit of a greedy type of platform now, so what have you. Thank you for sharing the video. More and more you are doing that, and I'm hearing from people who are saying, someone shared this video with me, and my God, it almost saved my life, right? It gave them the clarity that they needed at that moment. So know that, you know, Divine uses us in many different ways. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for those who've been with me. Just thank you for everything you do for my channel. Thank you for allowing me to read the way I read. I know that it looks like, you know, I know a lot of people like certain spreads, and I like to tell the story. That's why I read this way. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know the whole story. And that's why I go deep, and that's why they're long. Because I don't know, like, I feel like you need to know, like, not just where you've been and where you are, but what's the potential of where I can go. That's why my readings are long. And I feel like that's what your guides want me to do. And my guides want me to do, so that's what I do. I just trust in that. But I love you. I thank you. I'll either see you at the premiere if I decide to do that, or I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.